Hey guys, I'm Riley Criddle, part of the Monmouth Digital Agriculture Group. I'm working on the MicroPython and Python code, so I'll be introducing you to the Python code in this video.
For a majority of the code that is currently exists, and I'll run you through it, or at least the basics of, and just so that you can know exactly what's going on. So firstly, this is the main file. Every MicroPython project starts with at least the boot file, which is this, and you describe using pyb.main what your main file is going to be, what it's going to run after this boot file. So I chose main.py, and in here is where you'll find the basic setup. The language, I believe, is early 3s or 2.7s, mainly just because of how it feels. I don't know exactly. Here's all the imports. You got the AM2320, which will be rewritten to 2315, the exact sensor that we use. The BME280 and the CCS811 for the combo by SparkFun. You got the DSS Circuits GPS stick that I personally wrote. Then you also have the SSD1306 I2C from the SSD1306 library for the OLED screen. You'll also need PIN and I2C to be able to contact these devices. You need the math library for some extra pizzazz and sort of error handling. You can add in the LED, time, and U time. So firstly, you've got basically checks if the AM is like awake. Is it working? And then some converters, Celsius to Fahrenheit, pressure to altitude, feet to meters. And then this is the main function. This is your main chunk of the program. So basically this is a whole bunch of variable initializations, getting all the devices working, making sure that the I2C is initialized, but adding in a bit of a delay so that I2C communication works fine. Write to the file, your basic setup. Basically get it to blink saying, hey, I'm ready, and then write to the file all the data that you grab. And then write to the LED screen so for a quick display of the information. And then, of course, some exception handling. These will be heavily commented and documented so that you can more easily just look at it and be like, oh, that's how it is, that's how it works. So this is the GPS stick library. I'll be adding a lot more documentation to this so that you can see how it works yourself and be able to edit it as you please, since this is all open source. This is the CCS811 library. I'll also be writing this for our specific setup specifically. We've got the BME280 and these and that CCS library. And this as well will be rewritten for our library specifically. Then you have the AM2320. I'll be heavily documenting and rewriting this for the AM2315. And then finally the OLED SSD1306. I'll be documenting this so that you can see what each one does and uses, because there's little to none unless you go on deep in the interwebs. And that's about it. I'll be, as I've mentioned multiple times, I'll be updating and heavily documenting the code. I'll be putting it on the GitHub, and I'll eventually make the GitHub public so that you guys can use it for your own projects.